at all. It could go up at the dirt around the back of the spectator stands, but so much diversity on this machine.
Yeah, there is, and you know, as you see, it's basically based off the Sierra. He's won 12 TTs on the Honda Farblade, so they gave him this very special livery with the flashes of gold or whatever, to hence his sort of championship winning thing. So this is Carlos Checa, the champion in 2003, and having a really nice crack, reunited again with his. We're loving this mono wheel, and it's great to see again the eclectic mix of stuff here. They've this is the UK money wheel team. They've got the world's fastest.
See the current Defender model being used for competition directly as well, because you never know what's the great racer and team proprietor Tim Marsh driving the accident last week, so we'll allow you to see what's
he was committed then as well, wasn't he?
Right. Well, bear in mind we're building towards the shootout on Sunday afternoon. Jake will be one of the competitors. So every run, flying Scotsman, and in fact there's a flying Scotsman on board. It's Callum Lockie, British GT champion from a while back now, but real car enthusiast. He's driving the Denver race. It was a full-on sort of gladiatorial action. Motorsport lineage, and this was a car that competed. This is the M3 GTR. At the moment, this was a car have slower cars in front of you in the night in the fog, but to win the 24 hours, this car now we're chopping and changing. We're moving to the world of rally. The cars will still get my hackles up in a very good, at least 20 miles an hour. You know, this was gladiatorial. Don't forget they were racing at Hockenheim, the bigger tractors, but also Norris Ring in the middle of Germany, where Imprezas, and so many people imitated, just sort of rather amateurishly did their own road cars in the same colours.
You loved it, and like you were talking about earlier about Norton's Life, right? Nürburgring Ring. You thought that was the pig on the mirrors. All those things were just such a compliment. They played for a little bit. They got kicked out for a little bit. They're back. You know, it's really cool to see.
Bolder than the boldest person to ever met. 30 years ago since that first world title.
Yeah, driven so nicely as well. Oh, look at that.
Yeah, never underestimate a rally driver. Racing driver competition. You saw a fantastic, short, sharp, very tightly twisting.
The rally cars, Colin McRae, also Tommy Mackinnon, you know, giving him his flowers, as the kids say as well. Speaking of flowers, we're going to smoke those things down. Volvo wagon. This thing is carbon Kevlar underneath that Sunoco for free. This is Cole, and he's using Axel. Axel Turbo is his YouTube page. Just kind of, you know, we're talking about how amazing, how fast you are. You can't get that thing sideways. You look like Austin Powers when you go through that flint wall there and on your way up the hill.
I think the word flabbergasted springs to mind. I'm entertained. I love this all. And the diversity as well.
Did you have it to catch your breath?
No, just when you have to lean back in the commentary box, go, wow.
Yes, sir. Look at this. This is absolutely amazing. Ryan Turk, relax. We got another day and more demos to put on and put miles per mile. Ryan Turk powered a 3S GTE Toyota powered Stout. You can see the wide body. You can see the flares. Brand new belt. This gentleman has done so much. He's such an accomplished driver. He takes one of those Legends cars, sets it and forgets it. He does donuts, then he grabs another car and he's the only man I've ever seen drift two vehicles at the same time.
Yeah, he is the man with the ultimate built-in gyroscope, the man absolutely phenomenal. Before his runs, you may think he's just a carefree sort of guy. No, he is deeply
a couple of those, we had them in Poland, we had them in Spain, both Barcelona and Madrid, but Terry would always put on a show, and you can see even getting the corner workers going as well.
Yeah.
All the staff, by the way, great.
Wow, exactly. They have to suddenly spring to action when things go wrong. They keep all the spectators,
everybody. Again, the hair standing up my arms, and I hope it is for you as well, because I'm so proud of what drifting has become. It's literally not just stunt driving. These are really amazing vehicles. It's man and machine coming together, just like the bike of the car, just like MotoGP, just like F1. So, next to the wall.
That is the case. This is competition. It's raising the bar in every single angle. Now, Bagsy, such a local hero around here.
Yeah, Bagsy, had the pleasure of hanging out with him and his lady last night at the Goodwood house. And Bagsy, he was on the show. This is, as we say, a party car. Break up
the pinatas and the party favors. You go home with a little goodie bag. Quiet, silent assassin of tires. So it's really interesting to see. Again, I've ridden in an R32 with an EV motor. That's kind of a Tesla motor into a Skyline. I've seen a Camaro. So here's a manufacturer saying, let's build an electronic drift car. You know, we've seen the Mach-E 1400, which Von Kitt Jr. built in conjunction. We've seen that on the hill. We've seen the Transit. But here's Hyundai saying, hey, let's build a purpose-built drift car specifically for that. And, you know, I believe it's one of the techs from Hyundai in itself driving this car. He did a 3-minute burnout the other day, so got a little clear track, so why not? Yeah, scratch the surface, Hyundai, they're doing things very, very differently, and there's a huge amount of, well, listen out for some interviews in the months ahead of what they're building in store. Again, little broken car on that X-Comp, you know, Ultimaniac, Chris Forsberg, but he's pushing those hay bales. No, hey, they do not give back, and there is James the Machine Team, 4-time Formula champion. Has more accolades than anybody. Not, of course, to the McLaren Formula 1 team with the papaya-coloured rear end. Right here at the Festival of Speeds, and it is loud. Reimagining those mechanics first stuff. Basing itself off that wide body 911 from the 1980s. Developed and honed by Cosworth. Now this car has got more power than the Aurora. 12 engine is one heavy lump, and if you've got what? This is something new, something you may not have seen before in the Supercar category. This is called the Conveyor. It's an upcoming electric high-speed this type of show. 180, which you're seeing on the screen right now, the Bacala, also making its way up the hill. This, so the Continental. Proving time and time again that you can have supercar power performance, but you can also only 62 of these produced worldwide, the most formidable. Pushing the indicator slash energy stand on the anchor. Some of the latest spoiler, small rear wing. Maserati would go to the 365 GT.
Oh no, it's fine.
Mounted with 167 horsepower from the lay. Now you're thinking, like twitch from the back of that 90XX Spider. Down to the livery of the, quite fittingly at this year's Le Mans 24 Hours. Hypercar livery. And you find the sound of that as well, making its way on. XX car, the normally track over. The previous car wasn't that first car. Lamborghini do their hybrids. They were aware of the fact that V8 naturally aspirated a combined for the sports guy. Right, Aston Martin. Now Bellante means flying in Italian, and it's the name. First up, Bellante, just makes you the hairs on the back of my neck stand up. Well, there's another one. Well, Bellante, 4-litre twin turbo V8. 12 is a heavy update.
to this. It's not one steel component in this structure that Adrian Newey.
And like you say, over 1,100
flow, which Adrian Newey can see and pause its design. And now, of course, it's working.
with a Malcolm corner. Now this is an R35 engine, so 3.8.
The start line sending off is the Lamborghini Sesto Elemento. This is
A bit long in the 2 minutes. 500
certainly is, and that will be making its way up the hill. Chased down by the Rimac Nevera,
which is staggering. 4 electric motors, over 2,000.
now this is exclusive to land and the engine power. Over 1,000 litres of torque, getting up to speed for 270.
Beautiful aerodynamic accoutrements, which are listen to this, everyone, a 6.62 quad turbo. Two on the front axle, one in the gearbox.
Just to display in the Supercar paddock on their stand. And the Goodwood Festival speed as they'll see as well. This is for the 2024 F1 Bruno. This is the 750S.
The 720S.
This full production Supercar to James from McLaren, the 600, 765.
20S of the period. Now the LT model, the found F1 long tail in the 1970s more the show.
Outside the Goodwood house is an ode to Gordon Murray. Incredible design where we've got an array of nickel, isn't he?
As he hurtles into Malcolm.
Embarrassment. Absolutely. Mercedes 300
Toyota, the Yaris here. This is the mode of rally car that is more than the WRC1. In fact, we've just seen going up the hill in the WRC1, but this is the WRC. It actually is very entertaining.
Stop watching from Maze to go competing on there. That's quite good.
Slowing down and then going off again, doesn't he? Getting past at the start. For the McLaren to have got to the ball and then take victory.
When you see him in the drift cars, quite we talked about the eyes there. showing the best of what the car can do.
This one that's in This is hydrogen power. This is part of now. So you're hopefully going to see more speed now. It's about to come up the yellow grass is on the scenery into the 2010 but then going on. Murray, we car he created.
The element what these cars generate, that's how
erste Knacke, da ist der Jean, wie der Steiner immer berichtet hat, was das gehaut hat. Und zwei Fahrer, der in der Mitte ist der erste, der noch kann mit der Kette. Und rechts ist der Oliver.
Oh ja.
Jack, always lovely to see you here. Have you enjoyed coming back to Goodwood?
Oh, it's great fun. We don't get enough driving. That's the only problem. But it's great fun to be in, see all the crowd, the enthusiasm there is here for racing, for all these beautiful cars, and we get to drive them.
And you're still coming to races, you're still talking about races. What do you look at Formula One today and think compared to your days? You fought Michael hard for that championship. Tell a little bit about how you think it's changed and what's different.
It's hard to say what's different. You may say what was good, what was bad. We always have fond memories of the past. You forget the bad things about it. But it's evolved. The cars are amazing. They're super fast. But I'm lucky because I raced against a few of my heroes. The first year I raced against Mario, against Emerson, and against Nigel. So there's not many current drivers that they can say that they race against their heroes.
And how are you doing? Do you like coming here? You were driving your championship-winning car from 1998, a very special car, of course.
Well, I'm loving coming here. I tell you, it's incredible, of course. Being the brand ambassador for McLaren and going to Grand Prix, it's great to see fans, but I tell you what, it's very challenging for fans to really get close to the drivers and go there. But this event, you know, it's really great. You know, you get really close to drivers, the cars, and the accidents. It's great to be here. So, and McLaren is back, flat out, I tell you.
So we know who you're cheering for in the championship. How will you watch the battle unfold between Oscar and Lando? Because, you know, you've had some intense title battles, famously with Michael Schumacher as well as Jack. Talk to us, how do you think they're coping with it?
Well,
we're amongst friends, you can spill the beans.
I mean, I've been having a great teammates in the past, and they're extremely, of course, flat out competitive. One of them was Nigel Mansell in '95, and of course David Coulthard. Alain Prost was helping us for somewhat at McLaren in '94, if I remember, something like that. So I had a great teammates. I had a little time even Ayrton Senna. But having been in a position with a teammate when you have a winning car and you know that when you go to Grand Prix you have a chance to finish either first or second because you have a great car and the problem is when you have a very competent teammate because you want to kick his ass, kick his butt and it's a very difficult situation because your ego is very high, you want to win. And the difference is in lap time is only 1/2 tenths of the second. So it's very challenging. You know that every race when you head towards the direction of the season, you know that one of us will win. It's either me or my teammate. So I've been in that situation. Lando, Oscar is in that situation at the moment where they have extremely fantastic car, great team. And they are heading the direction towards the season now that when they start thinking about really seriously that one of us will win.
It's amazing.
the two of us, with me giving him a
teammates who are four world champions. Kick me off.
But at the end, it was it's part of the game. Same story as 30 years ago.
Let's go. Can you share it? The ringmaster, Bernie Eccleston's here, everybody. All the United here.
Yeah, but they were all part of it. Without Bernie Eccleston, I don't think it would have happened in this fashion. So Bernie is going to be a bit better. What a wonderful place to be. Goodwood.
Quite a collection you managed to drag down today. Thank you.
Now this car has recently set a brand new record, which is 0 to 29 miles an hour, back to zero again. Now he's not going to flat out because this is a prototype again, an exclusive first class of this car.
Years of his enterprise.
The hill is the T33. Now again, this is relative, this is the entry.
Right from 1950 through to this current era, we have seen machinery. Have we seen some great drivers out there today?
We certainly have. There was Felipe Massa in his 2008 Ferrari, the 2.4 litre V8, who just missed out, didn't he, on that fantastic battle we had in Brazil, just missing out on clinching that World Drivers' title.
And then, of course, we were into celebrating the champion group that we have here with us this weekend. Alain Prost, Jackie Stewart, Emerson Fittipaldi, and we had, interestingly, we had Jack Gilmore driving a car that he never raced himself at the time, but Nigel Mansell and Alain Prost, Mika Hakkinen, 1998 and 1999 champion, and there was Prost getting out, and there was a lovely combination there, so many fans around, great to see them all getting together, and then of course going up onto the balcony, and Zach Brown from McLaren also a part of that celebration, as was Bernie Eccleston. So absolutely wonderful, and so much to enjoy, so much to absorb from the performances that have been done over all the years. It's a lovely story, and then seeing them all together, celebrating. Yeah, it kind, and we have thoroughly enjoyed it. And more up at the top of the hill with Ed Foster.
Patrick, I always think Goodwood is about reuniting drivers with cars that haven't driven for a while, and that's certainly the case with this one.
Yeah, it's been 10 years since they had this car.
I don't know what's it like getting back then. All the memories come flooding back.
Alex, you see the racing history. I think to be a part of that is to campaign this in the WC, being on the podium on the Wall of Oak Green, winning the Super. Running come on, and representing voices at where the races here, I got a chance to talk to Jackie Stewart. I remember winning the first race in Boston. I remember he goes back to be that close to a living legend, and the heritage and the history and what this represents is so meaningful.
It's interesting, obviously, with your acting career and then everything you've done in motorsport. In some respects, do you feel more at home in motorsport?
This is my passion. I love the camaraderie, and I try to do some of the drivers in a way in the past. It's the mindfulness that really allows you to stop thinking for a moment about everything in the world and just be present. And I think that's what's really beautiful about it.
Well, enjoy the rest of the weekend, I'm sure you will.
I'm grateful to be here. Thanks, Bob.
You've had a few runs now. It seems that you're just pushing a little bit harder, finding a bit more grip, more black gold.
Yeah, kind of, enjoying all the time that we rode in the car, run after run. Definitely we have the rain tires, so it's not really grippy on the track, but it's really, really fun. It's just an amazing feeling to drive again this car here in Goodwood, which is, amazing people supporting and enjoying. So that for me is a big privilege to be here.
And there's so many former Formula 1 drivers and champions here. Have you had a chance to catch up with some old friends?
Yes, sure. I mean, I saw many incredible drivers like Nigel Mansell, Career, Formula 1, driver, racing, the car that they really race, like I am here in the Ferrari 2008, it's just an incredible feeling.
I mean, this was fundamentally a fantastic car, wasn't it?
It was an incredible car, an incredible team as well. So 2008, and it's just amazing to be again, driving the car. See how small is the car, how beautiful is the car to watch, aerodynamic light. So it's amazing to be here today and this weekend.
Thank you. There's a Porsche road car this morning, and this afternoon. Yeah, this is 500 kilos in the on wet, on a dusty road. But it's a beast. It just urges you to go faster and faster. And a dream day for me, starting from this morning all the way to this evening, and that's what Goodwood provides. And it's really nice. It's a representation of most people's childhood. And for him to have the opportunity, he called me before and said, can I just have a look at it? And even better, come in and have a look. And you realise very quickly just how good we have it these days. So for example, what I'm showing him is a pedal box. I can't use my feet all in at the same time as well as me. Just because everything's just being practiced and made to be a racing car. And well, I'm very jealous. God rest
Yeah, it was, so this was built through 20... manufactured and held it together, and so it was a different process of doing it, and something I wanted to learn. A little bit more.
Time did it in 43.91 seconds. It's just in the blink of an eye, David, and it's gone.
Yes, and you're behind the wheel, you've got Roman Dumas. This guy knows how to drive this hill. And the key fact I saw in this time, you look at his full of the finish line, his terminal speed was just shy of 150 miles an hour. It's going to be very hard to beat. Of course, Roman won last year, with Scott speed second. Scott
fastest of the pre-war machines, this front engine machine, and whether it's going to be a husband white then racing and winning what was known as the French Grand Prix back then, and helping to develop Mercedes going forward.
But anyway, Duncan's got a good start off the line compared to Archie.
Down far this pre-war category, you see now he's really pushing it using the full width of the up the hill into the all. It's been a winner in history events at Monaco in the past. It's been recently restored to original gets on with it. And he is really pushing. It's like he was doing earlier, he was wrestling with the smaller engines. Lawrence Pierce has put this project together. Going and trying to improve on that recent machine, of course. I wonder, will she get an even better sector this time? This is going to be fun to watch.
2011, 12, 14, and he is one to watch. First sector compared to Sherry.
One of the full future stars. My goodness, he's a lot of grass there. Successful machine, it can have racing, and that's slipping and sliding around.
8.3 metres or
in Australia with touring cars in 1990 with this machine. Well, they'll be quite on board as well. Wonderful on board view. Jacob in the Holden Commodore. He's won the Bathurst 24-hour in this Holden Monaro in the past. He's a powerful machine. It's a turbo V8 with over 600 horsepower. As you say, the production roads.
Huge, important role in chassis and performance calibration for Renault, for Audi. So a key part.
Over 24 hours amongst many other things.
5.2 litre V8 supercharged. Is a limited production.
This is the latest version. I think this is going to be very rapid. As you know, it's Javier Castanda's version of it, there's no doubt. And it's looking rapid as David Hornsey heads up the hill. Time it's going to be able to get to.
The first section takes pretty much the most of the last on the inside. We're down to the final two runners using less of the inside grass there, less of the inside grass at turn 2 as well. So earlier on, yesterday, got into